Old Silas was just furniture, the deaf piano player in the corner of the Crimson Creek Saloon. For 10 years he'd played the same 3 songs, his eyes half closed, a tin cup for tips on the piano. He was the perfect man to ignore, which is why Dutch Hogan and his gang sat right next to him. They were fresh from a train robbery, loud with whiskey and planning their next move. Hogan leaned in, his voice a low, confident rumble. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, the bank right next door. The payroll shipment arrives. We hit 'em fast in and out. One of his men nodded towards Silas. Hogan just laughed. Him? He's deaf as a post. Wouldn't hear a cannon if it went off in his lap. They all laughed, clinked glasses, and finalized their plan, right in front of the deaf old man. Silas just kept playing his slow, simple tune. An hour later, the gang left. The saloon emptied out. Sheriff Brody came in for his end-of-day coffee, just like always. "Evening, Silas," he said, weary. Silas just nodded, not looking up, his fingers still plinking away at the same old song. Brody sat at the bar. Then the music changed. The slow, plodding tune stopped. Silas's fingers, suddenly alive, started dancing across the keys, playing a fast, jaunty, military-style tune. "The Girl I Left Behind Me." Sheriff Brody froze, his coffee cup halfway to his lips. He knew that song. He and Silas had served in the cavalry together 20 years back. It wasn't just a song, it was the old bugle signal for danger, a warning. Brody looked at Silas. Silas was still deaf, just playing, but his eyes, they flicked once, hard, towards the wall that separated the saloon from the bank next door. Brody's eyes narrowed. He understood. He just gave a slow, subtle nod, finished his coffee, and walked out, his steps now firm and purposeful. The next morning, at 10 o'clock sharp, Dutch Hogan kicked in the bank door, gun drawn. He wasn't met by a scared teller. He was met by Sheriff Brody and 3 deputies, shotguns leveled. "Fancy seeing you here, Dutch," Brody said, a cold smile on his face. "Heard you were coming." The sharpest ears in the room often belong to the man everyone thinks can't hear a thing. Find more hidden codes in Frontier Minutes. Subscribe for short Western stories.